yes, we're back to the sound of more humming of machines. Wouldn't be any different. It would not be any different around here. Oh, that's the familiar sounds to my ears. I may consider just quickly grabbing some more biofuel for down there. So these are already fully grown apparently again. Let's just pick up as many of these as we can now. I guess if I still want more items, I can just convert into biofuel. There's pretty much all my farms that I believe I can just go through all my farms. I haven't touched these and I don't even remember how long. I can only remember how long it's been since I've last touched these farms. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can turn, anything that you can grow. Anything you grow can become biofuel. Last I remember. Oh, 5 biofuel per carrot. So I'm gonna have plenty of this stuff coming in, clearly. I think also, like 5 per potato as well. I have plenty coming in. And then there's still, I haven't even touched the sugar canes yet. So I can just, carry this all. Since I noticed I was actually running a bit short on biofuel, and now, not anymore. After this, not anymore. We're already down to our last stack of, last stack of sulfur dust, apparently. I just realized, okay, I'm running a little low on lapis lazuli, and I didn't see any that came out of the digital miners, so I must have never showed it any lapis lazuli ore blocks to go mining for, so... I'm gonna go probably find my... Where was my... I can't say I remember where it was. I probably do have a silk touch pickaxe someplace around here, still. I know I must have one. I know I had one at some point. It's just I haven't used it in, like, probably, like, literally months. But I would know for sure that I do have one. Aquite pickaxe, I think that might even be good. I think this might even be good enough. Iron pickaxe. To at least break lapis lazuli ore blocks, I know that'll work. Guaranteed. Teleport somewhere that's underground, and then also throw the night vision helmet on so I can see without having to... Yeah, so I can see perfectly without having to place any light sources down. Now just look for lapis lazuli, I guess. And probably not find any of it unless I actually start to dig downwards a bit. Because until then, not see any. If I don't actually just dig down to find some. Am I collecting tin or copper, or I don't even know. Not sure if I ever picked up tin ore blocks specifically to give to the digital miner, so I'll do that too while I'm here. Same goes for copper, just to be sure. Maybe I never did show with those. I'd say maybe also fluorite, but I know I have plenty of that. I'm pretty sure I did actually show it fluorite also. And I know I do have, like, plenty of that as well. Oh, wow. Then again, it's like I can fly, so I shouldn't have anything to worry about. Now let's actually find some lapis lazuli. Even though it's looking like I mined out... I already mined out some of the ores in this area. Yeah, that obsidian certainly didn't get there by itself either, so... This is definitely a place I must have been before. Quite a while back, I must have been here. That even looks like a stack of blocks I might have placed away a while ago. As a matter of fact, well, yes, it does look like blocks I placed. It just... Yeah, this absolutely does. Do we have it mine uranium or no? In case we don't, I'm just gonna go grab this too. Alright, let it blow. It's gonna. It's gonna explode, so yeah, just let it do that. I'm gonna go back up, and may or may not have been in this underground dungeon here. But yeah, definitely was one of these underground dungeons here, that's for sure. This is still all part of the same dungeon, by the way. Maybe I never did actually see some of these loot chests. Still more end zombies, apparently. I got like plenty of, I mean, all this stuff actually, but I'm still gonna take the 50 gold. Might as well just also see what may be in here as well. Man, how much of this dungeon just looks like it's absolutely destroyed here? Oh, I'm still getting shot at. Okay, that's much better. Oh yeah, these are the dungeons with like all the different kinds of shields I could find. Even some cave spiders, apparently. Completely forgot about these guys. And some really like nice, potentially rare enchanted books if I get lucky. I might as well. I can't even put anything away, apparently. Did something find me? Okay, apparently not yet. Quick charge. I'm not really using crossbows or anything, so I'm just gonna leave that. Okay, this dungeon still looks like it's just absolutely destroyed, even up here. And then you wonder, yeah, why I haven't seen the contents of all these loot chests just yet. I mean, if you couldn't fly, this would be an absolute nightmare to get around with just the constant risk of just lethal fall damage at pretty much every turn. And then, yeah, there's enemies just spawning in places you least expect them to. Fiery bean seeds and fiery bean. Fiery beans. No clue what I just picked up there. Yeah, imagine just falling... Yeah, imagine just falling off of this. And then having nothing to protect you. Imagine seeing that and then just accidentally falling off. So that's gonna very, very easily put us back up to like level 30. All of that. Breaking all those spawners is gonna give us lots of experience. And then this eventually, just if I keep going up, I'll just pop back out on like the surface. How much longer would it be before I actually do pop out on the surface? Yeah, I do want to see. So it's still going. Oh, this was a house. A house that had a spiral staircase that led into a dungeon. And somebody's furnace was just sitting here. Did not think I was gonna find like a second floor here, and... Alright, just some more random loot. Didn't think I was gonna find any of this, really. Never thought I was gonna see something like this. I thought it was just gonna be like one of those towers that I was used to seeing. That just pretty much lead into a dungeon, but no, something different. I'm guessing my mecha helmet is out of juice, so I don't have night vision anymore. If I had to guess. Yeah, I seem to be out of night vision. That seems to be out of energy entirely. That's what I was looking for the non-deep slate lapis lazuli ore block also. I don't know if there's enough room to drop one of these portals down. I don't think so. Nope. Unless I just clear out more space to lay one down. Just to get me home. Wait, so it's daytime again? All of a sudden? I really thought it was still nighttime. I do have deep slate uranium already, understood. What about tin? Deep slate tin, but not regular tin ore? Regular osmium, but did I not have that either? I guess I never supplied this digital miner copper ore either. Yeah, this one right here. Alright, so this Lapis Lazuli block is now on the list. I'm gonna add the other one too. Those are both now on the list. I guess let's just get all of them in the list. All the ores that spawn in the overworld anyways. Let's get them all here. Yeah, might as well just add all of them. These need energy again, clearly. Which one also doesn't have energy? Let me take all the ones that don't have energy, I'm gonna bring back home. I need to just quickly replug them so they get their energy back anyways. Or I guess they just all, like, they get it back instantly. That's how much spare energy I've got to go around. Yeah, these are all outputting energy. Every single last one of them. I need to, yeah, start the machine again. So now it's picking up the just osmium ore that's not in the deep slate, and then now it's also starting to pick up copper. I guess just because I can tell it to pick up copper, just because I can. Never exactly been like in serious demand for copper, it's just we have the ability to teach it that, so let's do it. Can I do anything else with these fiery bean seeds? Besides maybe just grow some crops. It's not exactly looking like it. I can probably use any seed instead of just specifically these ones, most likely. Fiery trumpet leaves. I can make that into hedge form. I can make leaf carpets. I never even knew you could do that. Leaf carpets, I never even knew about this. I never even knew this was something we could actually go make. That is very much interesting. Let me check up on all of this again. Still acquiring tons of fissile fuel. I should maybe actually start, like, burning some at this point, since we're getting so much. Seeing how this is coming along. I'm producing extra ethylene as a byproduct. I mean, I'm thinking eventually I'll produce so much that it's gonna just get, like, it's just gonna get, like, clogged again. If I don't have any, like, place to put this extra ethylene, the machine's gonna get stuck again. I don't think this is the last of this, right? What gas is, like, running low right now? And, yeah, we still have plenty of hydrofluoric acid, even though no more sulfur trioxide or sulfur dioxide coming in, but regardless, still. And then I want to see how I'm doing for glowstone as well. I'm going to eventually want some more of this, too, with the rate I've been using it at. Which is going to mean, yeah, go to the nether for it. Maybe we just do that, like, literally right now. I mean, yeah, the nether. This is certainly the place to find it. Now I gotta just find it. I gotta just find glowstone. Ideally, a lot of it too, so I don't have to make, like, any future trips here for anything anytime soon, unless, I don't know. Maybe I need more stuff than just glowstone from the nether, like right now. Alright, let's just get like some extra blocks, because why not? Let's get a few extra ones. I don't even remember what these blocks are. Monazite rod. What do I even do with these? Architect's palette, so no crafting recipes involving it, so I guess it's just a building block in this raw form. Looks like some sort of building block then, I would have to guess. Brimstone. Don't even remember if I can use this for anything remotely useful or not. That right there is indeed a lot of glowstone. Alright, can I just hop into one of these portals and see if I can hop into one of these and it just spits me back out in the overworld? I think it does. Yeah, that it does. Still left with, yeah, plenty of glowstone to spare. Okay, there's brimstone bricks. Okay, we have some building blocks we can make out of this, if we ever want to use them. That's if we'd ever want to use these. Chiseled brimstone bricks. That's the regular blocks. We have the glowy ones here. We have some more glowy ones I'm gonna go place down now. Just get some more of these walls actually, like, completed. So this one over here was barely started, I see. So yeah, this one's barely started. $64 more of these to go around. Okay, but yeah, once again, I am pretty much out of blocks again to place. Then there's still, like, the bottom half of, like, all of these walls. And I've still yet to even, like, get those bottom halves of those walls started. So yeah, still have a ways to go. And then, yeah, like, an entire ceiling, not even start. And then, like, an entire ceiling, too. Can't forget that, either. Apparently this is still collecting fissile fuel. This tank is still stockpiling, yeah, more fuel. Speaking of which, I'm gonna take that chemical tank with me to the reactor, run it, chemical none. That should be output. So yeah, I'll just double check the burn rate and everything. Make sure that this reactor can't just blow up in our face and potentially kill us again. Make sure that it's going to be actually safe to run this reactor before just leaving it alone. Dumps excess steam, water is not recycled, yes. This is where I'm putting all of this excess energy that I get from the reactor. It all goes in here until this fills up too, then I don't know. Then I guess we have to expand the size of this induction matrix again if it fills up too much. It does not appear to burn through, unless I bump up the burn rate. Does not appear to burn through the coolant nearly quickly enough that it becomes a real problem. Hopefully I'm not going to be proven wrong at some point. I'd hate to be proven wrong again. Yeah, I've been meaning to do. I definitely have been meaning to do this earlier. Yeah, compared to before the reactor melting down, I have barely any sheep to go around at all. compared to before. And just because we can also breed the cows, let's do that too. Even then, regardless, I'm still gonna come back to the reactor, just quickly see where we're at with this thing. Four polonium pellets and counting. Doesn't appear like we're gonna be running out of fluorite thus with the way I've set this up either. It should be fine to just leave the reactor as is. We still have like over 170 like gigaforge energy capacity to, yeah, we still have like so much capacity to store like over 170 like gigaforge energy units of energy before, I don't know, that starts to get too full and then it just can't function properly because it doesn't know where to put the excess energy. So that should really not be an issue. Okay, see, we're still going through our biofuel. I'm gonna come back, I guess, later when this is actually more filled up. When this is like more full. Yeah, all appears to be fine here with this nuclear reactor. All appears to be well still. I may also just automate the production of the machine that doubles the ores. Purifying factory, I believe, is where it starts. So if I really want to just... And then we do crushing and enriching and then smelting. 4 machines which I own already. Unless maybe I want to make more for some reason. Because I don't really want to tamper with the machines that I already have, to say the least. With what I already have, per se, I don't really want to tamper with it. Plus, these machines appear to be still, like, very cheap to produce, especially with all the materials I own. These look incredibly cheap to just go produce. I do think maybe we do want more control circuits. Yeah, that needs a home too. Whatever the monazite rods, just so I'm not like stuck carrying them. Whoops. Place it back. Got some more, yeah, basic control circuits coming in because, I mean, eventually I'll use them, I guess. Eventually. Use them eventually, right? I guess same goes for these, some of these, same goes for the alloys as well. More of those too I'm gonna make. Steel casing, how much of that am I sitting on? Okay, a decent amount. Osmium ingots, which of course I have plenty of. Might as well immediately upgrade it to advanced since I'm already carrying the necessary materials to do that. Just automatically just go straight to advanced, might as well. Lava buckets. Something about lava buckets to make crushers, apparently. I mean, if I go to the nether, that should do it. Yeah, I know there's, yeah, guaranteed lava there. That's a guarantee. Oh, hello, welcome back, Physicist. So, I don't know if you might have missed it, but yeah, Pac-Man Superfast was pretty lit the other night. A millennial using the word... Well... Yes. You heard that right. And then something about a smelting factory. Which starts with the smelter itself. And then figure out how to connect all of these things together. And plug everything in, because we'll have to do that too, surely. I think I'm gonna need a few more cables than just that. Yeah, that's what I thought. Oops. Alright, now I'm just asking myself, where did the machines go? I already have plenty of machines just doing their things here, so I guess maybe we can start to use this corner. One chest is going to be for the input, and then another for the output. Keep it simple. Alright, give me 2 chests now. That's gonna be 16 planks. I need 8 planks for a chest, so... Jungle boards. Completely forgot I can make boards. Borderline between Millennial and Gen Z, so you'd say, like, they were born... Yeah, pretty much somewhere in, like, the ballpark of 1995, 1997. Like, sorta like me. The youngest millennials are 29. Yeah, I do believe they would be. No, I do this the other way around, I believe. Oops. Medler says, I remember when one of my middle school teachers freaked out because the class, and not me, like the class wanted to write "We are lit" on our shirts for field day. I guess barely understanding. I mean, I just say lit unironically when it's like situation is cool, awesome, whatnot. I better like know the definition of lit. It better mean what I think it does, otherwise I'm just gonna really look like a dumbass if it doesn't. Purification chambers first. That's gonna need oxygen coming in too to function. We have to crush the clumps into dirty dust. So that would be this. And then enrich back into like clean dust. And then smelt the clean dust into actual like output. Cables, we need cables. Okay, this shouldn't be too bad. Machines are plugged in. One of them, this is the one that still needs oxygen. I'm gonna need like gas tubes for oxygen to pipe it over from the... Where was the machine? Yeah, like where was the electrolytic separator? talking about kids that are like 13, 14. I just picture the Skibidi toilet generation. I just picture everyone who's actually into that meme to be, like, even significantly younger than that. Yeah, I just think significantly younger than teenage years. It's like, I don't understand the appeal to the trend. Yeah, speaking of which, I had to go look it up to figure out suddenly why this random number became like such a craze, and it seemingly became that like overnight. Something to do with like a teenager's like Starbucks order. When asked like how satisfied was he with the order, on a scale out of 1 to 10, he was like kind of indecisive. So it was just like 6, 7. Something like a 6 or a 7 out of 10, not really deciding which exactly, kind of just on the fence. Not really deciding like on a straight, clear answer. So it's like, I don't know, maybe, I don't know, man. Can't decide. Not really like feeling like giving a concrete answer, so I'm just like, I don't know, 6, 7. And it also does have to do with some rapper. And basketball? Yeah, I had to do my... yeah, clearly I had to do my research. And basketball, because you typically want to be tall. You want to be tall to be good at basketball, and a good height to be like a professional basketball player as well. Like, yeah, 6'7". Because honestly, it does make like pretty much like next to 0 sense. How do I make these again? I think pressurized tube. What do they do to make these again? Glass and, of course, steel. All of these like, yeah, all of these different kinds of pipes to transport resources. Every single one of them uses steel. Steel and then some other item. Everyone, at least, like, you're guaranteed to have to use some steel. I just barely keep up with, like, the newest, like, latest meme/crazes, and I'm just often too busy playing retro games. I am often busy playing games that came out before even I was born. Is this an oxygen, or is this like a high... I'm trying to see which of these is the oxygen tube. Oxygen. Flowing through, so, okay, so it's this one. This is the oxygen tube. Yeah, I believe I do. At least the 21 one, yeah. That rings a bell. If someone were to make like a meme museum, Like, what would we, like, absolutely 100%, like, have to put there? Like, what would you, like, what would be, like, the first thing you'd expect to find in such a place? So I'm gonna take some... I think I take the ore blocks now. Then come back later, see what happens, see if I just... Probably do, like, a quick test run with a few ore blocks. Yeah, I still love the Shiba Inu Doge. Let's go back to that digital miner now, shall we? How much energy does this thing still have? Yeah. Just so you know. And then look at all this ore. Not just that sexy mushroom island. It's not really an island, it's surrounded by some other biomes. Is it really an island? I cannot even remember when I found this, but... I mean, I'm always thrilled to see a mushroom island. Even if I never really do much of anything with it, I'm always thrilled to see it. I'm always happy to see one of these. I think I've grabbed enough ores for now. Back to my house. While all these blocks just take some additional time to load because there's a lot of different complex chiseled blocks to go around. This is a different machine. Just for a quick test run. I want to see if I do, like, yeah, 5. And then that turns into, like, 10 uranium, like, ingots. Maybe I have to mine this up first. Into raw uranium. Then I'll get even more bang for my buck. So I just turned 5 ores into how many dusts? Let's see. So the whole, like, cycle of machines, it all works. It's all gonna function. It's just always a little nerve-wracking to leave this on for extended periods of time. It's never gonna be, like, not nerve-wracking to leave that on. Honestly, I really don't have much of an excuse. It's not like I don't, like, ever want to play a single DDLC mod again. It's just, I don't know, like, I've had general lack of interest to sit down and play through one of those DDLC mods. Wouldn't have guessed that, like, it would have come with achievements. $14 ingots from, like, 5 ore blocks. This will definitely take a while, but this should be, like, getting converted into, I believe... We're gonna get 6 stacks, and then, like, 48 gold ingots by the time that is done. That was for, like, yeah, this is, like, before I actually mine up the ore blocks. And then I just realized if I do this... How much will I get here? I'll do this one by itself. I'll turn 1 single ore block into, like, 4, like, raw uranium. 3. Yeah, basically I have Fortune 3 on this mecha tool, so I can get, like, up to 4 pieces of raw uranium from a single ore block. And then that can be doubled again with, like, the ore processing that you just saw. Yeah, with all those machines that I can just use to double the amount of ingots I get from, like, the raw resources, from, like, the raw materials. And then all of that, I should be able to double. I'm putting in, like, yeah, at least 9 stacks of raw uranium. I should be getting, like, 18 stacks of ingots back by the time this is all done. It is gonna be a while, but once it's done. And then we have to kind of just let these machines all do their things. Two clumps from a single piece of raw gold. Then send it as dirty gold dust into this machine. Clean the dust and then send it over here. And then finally smelt that into an ingot, and then it pops up there. We'll come back and then we'll see, yeah, a shit ton of ore in this other chest. Give it enough time. Or I can just make some speed upgrades and drastically speed up the process. I'll need some more of these to go around. And then something about glass, and then I think it was osmium dust to make speed upgrades. Oh right, this is how I make dust. Of course. Oh right, of course. I was trying to do something completely unrelated here for a second. That should be enough of a speed up for now, surely. Not enough oxygen? Okay, I guess not. Must be something else I need to do to remedy that. I meant to put these into the machine, by the way. Totally meant to do that. How are we not getting nearly enough oxygen to run this thing? I want to see how this pump is moving along. Not enough room in output. Can we dump excess? Can we dump the excess hydrogen? I guess maybe that's why I wasn't running. So it looks like oxygen is traveling to the machines again. Anyways, this is gonna run significantly faster now. This whole pipeline here. I'm gonna actually start the reactor again. Should be safe. Still. Still a ways to go before this just fills up completely. We got more wheat, let's go use it. That'll be enough for now. Until I guess the sheep are hungry for wheat again, that is. I think I'm just gonna go, yeah, convert some more of my excess crops into biofuel. I know I have a lot to go around. So let's just do that, I guess. Oh, this is where the biofuel comes in. Plenty more coming where that came from. I'll check up on this too. It's looking pretty nice. Yeah, just look at how much faster the gold's now coming in. Or pretty much any ingots, really. It's coming in significantly faster now. It's just with like a few, like 5-speed upgrades on every machine. If I want to just craft the ingots into block form. Yeah, that's exactly what the crafting table is going to be for. That's what this is here for, precisely. Yeah, this is why I need so much polonium. If I want to make anything with supercritical phase shifter, won't be possible until we get like enough polonium to even just like make the smallest possible SPS. Phase shifting reactions. We have to build a whole machine out of this if we want to be able to do any sort of producing of antimatter. Supply large quantities? Okay, so we're going to have another machine that's going to make even more energy. And I have already more than enough energy that I'll just literally never burn through it. So much energy from just the typical, like, fission reactor that we'll never be able to burn through it. Like, ever. And this is going to make even more? So you're telling me this is just going to make even more energy? Double check. I just want to see if there's any mention of what I need to put into a supercritical phase shifter to have it run. Transfer of energy and substances in the supercritical phase shifter, yes. $72 SPS casings to make the optimal minimal build for a phase shifter. And this is why I'm just so keen on farming polonium en masse, because you need 4 of these pellets to be refined to even make a single, or is it again? 4 pellets just to make a single piece of SPS casing, and you need like a whopping 72 of these. We will need at least, with just these blocks alone, a whopping 288 polonium pellets just to have the machine running in the first place. SPS ports. 3 ports. Which will take me another 12 of these casing blocks, so add 48 more pellets to the mix. Plus a supercharged coil, which takes 3. We're talking easily over 300 polonium pellets just to make the machine. Not even taking into the fact that if we actually need polonium to provide as input to the machine, then yeah, it converts polonium into antimatter. And it takes like 300 plus pellets just to even make the machine in the first place. Just as an upfront cost. This is just like not even, this is like a quarter of the upfront cost to just make the machine in the first place. That's just the minimum like viable machine. Polonium gas or pellets? Something about creating antimatter gas. Final product of the fissile fuel cycle. Was this used in anything important, DT fuel? I cannot remember. Something to do with mechanism generators? We get tritium from lithium. And then we still need to figure out where to get heavy water from. And then it's just, yeah, substitute water for heavy water and then throw it through the electrolytic separator. You'll get this instead of hydrogen. Fuel for a fusion reactor. Multi-block structure that produces ludicrous amounts of power by using DT fuel. Is that all it does? Because I already have ludicrous amounts of power coming in anyways. We already have like stupid amounts of power coming in. I don't remember if this fusion reactor can melt down. The one I have currently that's giving me all my power can, if I'm not careful with it. I do not know if this one can like melt down and destroy and just ruin everything. Okay, even if it doesn't melt down, I'm still looking up the fission reactor. Even if it doesn't melt down and actually blow up, nuclear waste can still leak into the environment if there's just not enough place to dispose of like the actual nuclear waste. It just leaches into the environment. Breaking any block containing radioactive materials. This also sounds like a no-brainer. Also applies to machines that might have polonium in them that hasn't been like processed properly yet. saw no mention of the fusion reactor being able to break, which also can just make lots of energy. Oh, I definitely did like my best to make sure that this doesn't actually melt down. Pretty much took just about every possible like safety concern into account before running it again. What is the rate at which it should actually lose its coolant if it loses any? How much energy is in the induction matrix? Because if there's too much energy, and then the turbine has no place to store the excess energy, it ceases to function, and then it ceases to provide extra coolant to the fission reactor, and then that leads the fission reactor to melt down if it's still running and it gets too hot. Yeah, with all of these extra just steps taken into account here. No waste tank. I don't even know if this ever like actually fills up, if I have like enough barrels to just handle the nuclear waste eventually anyways. It seems like I have enough of these barrels to just handle the nuclear waste for me. And that's why I just kind of like threw all these here just to dispose of the waste properly. Once this starts to like get close to like 200 gigaforge energy units, I'll have to, first things first, shut this machine off. And then increase the storage capacity of that even further. We had lava literally just right next to our house and I completely forgot about it. Oh, I can spawn some birds in. Wait, really? I didn't know the eggshells were gonna just make a bunch of grass grow again. But yeah, anyways, we can spawn in some birds. Some great blue herons, I think it was, that don't look blue unless I just misread completely what the... Unless I misread completely what their names were. Yet another reason to make sure the reactor doesn't melt down. Because if it does, those birds are not going to survive. If this melts down, they're not going to make it. They probably wouldn't make it if this gets destroyed again. So unless I want a fusion reactor, I shouldn't like ever need DT fuel, I don't believe. Unless deuterium and tritium are used for something else, but I have no idea if they are. Let me guess, no other real serious uses for these? I don't know, unless maybe I want to have like red or green liquid or something. Yeah, we still have a long ways to go with these pellets, especially if I just don't run the reactor too frequently just to be safe. I believe all of this is still going. Yeah, it's still all running. Still have quite a bit of fissile fuel regardless, still. Maybe I should just install that new version of Java. I should probably just install it at this point. Maybe I should get some more of this light gray dye. Not maybe, I definitely think I should get more. So that's gonna be like, yeah, 3 stacks more of these glowy plastic blocks. Well, let's get back to building with them, I suppose. 3 more stacks of these glowy blocks, let's go, let's build. Whoops. Anyways. It's coming along. Closer to the ground now, are we? Alright, this section of the wall is going to be next, I guess. I think we're going to be, yeah, like complete like another section of the wall already. Like the whole thing. And I'll have to decide what block type am I using to build that ceiling. That's probably gonna be even larger than the total like area of the rest of the 4 walls here that we gotta do. Okay, so it's coming along. Sort of. Honestly, can't wait to just finish off the rest of these walls with this nice brightly colored, like, plastic synthetic block. Cannot wait to be done with the rest of these. How am I doing for lapis lazuli? Pretty good, actually, it looks like. This should absolutely let me just build my supply of lapis back up. This will absolutely let me build it back up. Just to make it easier to transport. Yeah, but it's still running. Alright, so where was... Yeah, just so I can get back home again. Oh hey, I can see my basement from here. Yeah, that is much better already. Now I gotta find a home for all of this extra lapis I just got. Now to go find that a home. And then I'm gonna have even more coming in like no time. I'm gonna have even more just coming in right now. Which I can just basically convert all of this into dye if I want. I mean, if we can just mine copious amounts of lapis lazuli, then why the hell not? Let's do that. And we will mine copious amounts of it. Yeah, that, for example, right there, that's blue dye. Yeah. We should be fine now. How much pellets do we... Okay, not much. Really don't have much. I mean, I already used up most of them anyways from recently. So the answer would be, yeah, not a whole lot. Also, if I want more sulfur dust, I can just turn the lapis lazuli into that as well. Also by turning it into dye and then that into... Yeah. Gotta do that first. Sulfur dust, there we go. Remembering when lapis lazuli basically had no use. Couldn't you always enchant items with it? Wasn't it always possible to at least enchant stuff with the lapis lazuli? I mean, aside from that, no real use. Yo, look at all that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 20. We're on our way to 21 stacks of uranium ingots. I'm just gonna go dump these off here. I'll just move all the stacks over. Just leave all the stacks of uranium here. Maybe get some more fluorite real soon. Maybe. Completely forgot I had a sawmill too, apparently. Like, completely forgot I ever had that. And then something about glowstone. Okay, I didn't even mean to hit that many blocks there. I'm gonna come back later again with more of these blocks to place. Simple as that, really. And then there's a whole ceiling to do. It's like, yo. I was like really, really ambitious for this one. Clearly, I was super ambitious on this one. Wandering Trader, I believe I hear a Wandering Trader outside. I believe I see one now. I'm gonna see what he's selling. Venom Bone, Slime Wood, War Pick. I don't think I'm reading all that. Mining Tier, Iron. I don't believe I'm reading all that. If I needed more glowstone, can't I just go to the Nether and grab it from there? But even then, I think I'm gonna give it a rest real soon. But before that, just to be safe, shut off the reactor. How much Fissile Fuel do we still have? About, like, 97 plus, so 337, like, 1,000 millibuckets worth. In other words, still a lot. 15 more pellets, because why not? Gonna just add that to the stockpile. It's coming along. I said I needed like at least 300 pellets just to have a minimum viable SPS. We're like a third of the way there. And I produce at least like 40 something pellets, give or take. 30 to 40 pellets just in this stream alone. Having more confidence, just running the reactor. Like, just not even like standing anywhere near it. It's been helping. Just several more streams of that and we should be able to start putting the SPS together. Just, yeah, several more streams of this. And it should be time to go. And maybe, yeah, even like start seeing antimatter. Yeah, I'm still pretty happy this turned out as well as it did. It ended up being, yeah, surprisingly really not too hard to set this up. There are, like, machine configurations that can, instead of doing, like, double the ore, can also do, like, triple or even quadruple. I wonder if I might seriously consider maybe investing in just one of these. I may consider potentially investing in, yeah, a setup to further increase my ore yield. Even though I got plenty of materials to go around, it's like, still. And it doesn't look like I'm gonna, like, run out anytime soon, either. I can easily just, like, replenish if I'm about to run out of anything. slowly but surely trying to complete this room. Complete the whole thing. And we're adding more machines. Having a good time doing so, adding more machines to automate more processes that can help us further down the road. Do I maybe also want to set up some machines to just automatically farm steel and... I was gonna say redstone. Some machines to automatically just farm steel from iron. And maybe also just alloys from... yeah, also alloys from iron. Like, whatever I think I'm gonna need, like, lots of in the future. Just set up, like, an automation for it. I should be able to figure out how to automate nearly anything in this mod at this rate.